So a while ago, we got leaked a ton of new legends, and one of the legends that a lot of people really liked was Uplink. At the time, he was a defensive legend, but honestly, when we see him come to the game, I think he'll be a support legend. It just makes more sense. But there was some inside info that Uplink actually got scrapped, and we wouldn't be expecting to see him in the future. But recently, Osvaldator, a very well-known leaker, let us all know that Uplink was no longer a scrapped legend. And that sounds like some good news because it likely means Uplink will be coming in the near future. And it's definitely going to be refreshing seeing a new support-based legend. If you take a look at the legend select screen, we're going to be getting another offensive legend next season with Ballistic, making it 6 assault legends, 6 skirmishers, and then 4 legends for the other classes. So I assume they're going to want to start evening it out a little bit and not add as many assault and skirmisher legends, even though they're probably the easiest to design. So I'm definitely excited to see what Uplink brings in the future. Now, we will take a look at his new abilities, but before that, let me show you something that I'm really excited for in the Apex space, and since I'm an Apex news guy, this is some pretty good exclusive news that I can bring you, because I've been given the perfect opportunity to show you more about Apex Legends, the board game, which you might remember I did make a video talking about it when they released the news. Well, the guys over at Glass Cannon Unplugged actually reached out to me, and now I can show you a lot more, and show you why I'm actually really excited for this. As someone who doesn't really play board games, but loves Apex Legends, it was really easy to understand, and they've got some really good things coming up. So the board game can be played by 2 to 4 players, and oh my god, the character figurines are perfect. I just want these to put on my desk when I'm not playing the game. I mean, just look at them. Anyway, the game can be played with 2 to 4 players, and you essentially have a start phase where you gather up loot like weapons and equipment, and hopefully you get lucky because it's going to help you out when you play the main phase of the game, which is the final zones. As the ring closes in on you, you get pushed towards close combat with the other players, and they've done an amazing job at capturing the essence of Apex. All of the legends have their unique abilities, and all of the weapons seem to play just like they do in the real game. And they also showed me how easy it is to pack up and take over to your friend's house if you want to go and play it with them, and I just love that they thought about all these different things when making the game. So if you are interested, click the link in the description or the pinned comment, and it will take you over to Kickstarter, where you can just register your interest and keep up to date with the board game, and you should be hearing more from me in the future. And let me know in the comments, do you think the Apex board game is a cool idea? Because after actually seeing it myself, now I'm pretty hyped up. So yeah, just register your interest using my link. It tells them that I'm doing a good job, and it tells them that the Apex community are excited for these kind of collabs. So back to Uplink's abilities, he had a really good passive. It was the Network Communion, where he'd gain 25% of recovery effects used in signal range. And if you don't really understand how that would work, think of the Valentine's game mode, where when you used a healing item, if your teammate was in range, it showed it with a nice purple circle, then they would get all of the healing as well. It essentially would work like that, obviously not gaining the full healing, but just a percentage. And I'm sure these abilities have all been tweaked, and I could see this just being tweaked to essentially be the Valentine's game mode passive, but with a reduced amount of healing. Then we have the Tactical, which is the shield satellite, which is essentially a lifeline drone that just heals your shields, but it also follows you around, and it can revive you. Now, I definitely think they would tweak that. I feel like that would be a bit rude to slam that in the face of lifeline mains, but it does show that they had the idea of healing your shields, which I do like the sound of. And then the ultimate, the Immortality Relay Beacon, basically Baptiste's Immortality Beacon from Overwatch. A deployable satellite beacon that prevents allies in the signal area from being downed. That just sounds crazy, but if the beacon itself can be broken, I feel like it actually won't be as crazy as people are imagining, but still having to upload a clip into the beacon rather than the enemy stood in front of you definitely sounds like a pain in the ass. But what do you think? Would you like to see Uplink as the next legend after Ballistic, or would you like to see someone else like Fade from Apex Mobile? Who knows, but I think Uplink is definitely coming soon, so let me know what you think and subscribe.